Chris Coleman, Bla Bla BAG. No. No, I'm not really a stick trick person. I had a little bit of, core rudiments, drumline training. But that's about it. That's the extent of my tricks there. I got this. That's the way I twirl my stick. Wow. How did drumming come into my life? My grandfather was a pastor, and he had 10 kids. Yes, and 22 grandchildren. So I started to play when I have a pacifier, little afro, and my uncle would sit me on his knee, so I played the cymbals. I would say from 2 years of age to 18 years of age, pretty much self-taught. 1 or 2 lessons here and there, but I didn't really pay attention. So pretty much self-taught for 16 years, and then 18, I went to Drummers Collective in New York City in 1998 and 99. I graduated from there. And, but yeah, church is my foundation. That's where I gained it all, technically. I would say 15 years of age. My definition of a professional has always been, did you get paid to play? Yes, okay, you're a professional. So 15 was my first paid gigs. The first person that comes to mind is Prince. I miss him. We did one record together back in 2010. But if he was still alive today, I would love to still be working with him. So definitely Prince. Sting, I would love to collaborate with Sting, of course. Those two jump out for me right now. Wow, that's a very interesting question for me. Of course, gospel is my roots. But I'm a fan of music first, you understand? And because of this, I love to challenge myself to be as authentic as I can with any style, So I think I generally appreciate people who are putting forth true effort, into their craft, into whatever it is to make the sound and the vision and the colors come together. I can respect that. I respect that, I'm a fan. I'm just a fan of music. So I don't really have one favorite, style. I try very intentionally not to always play the same thing. I like to listen to different things because I want to stay as open as possible. Over time, started out with my uncle Richie. Was, shout out to my uncle. And my family. My dad, big inspiration as well, musically. My uncles, the group, Brothers 3 music. Growing up in church, my aunts, the Coleman, the church family, the church atmosphere. That was very influential on me. From there, I was introduced to Earth, Wind and Fire, Tower of Power, Average White Band, Gap Band, Shaka Khan, George Duke, Billy Cobham. I was introduced to all of these things at a very early age. And I'm still a fan, still a fan. And then I got into straight ahead jazz, I think it started for me with like Jack DeJohnette, and then I went back, when I got to school, we're talking Big Sid Catlett, Art Blakey, Tony, of course, Buddy, Max, and then the fusion aspect, Dennis Chambers, Virgil Donati, Steve Smith, Terry Bozzio, Vinnie Colaiuta, Dave Weckl, Steve Smith. I think I said that twice. Oh my God, so many people. So many people. I grew up listening to a lot of 80s rock too, I had a little radio and it only got 1 or 2 stations because of where we lived, So it was always, I think it was 102.5 FM and always the 80s rock, So White Snake, Def Leppard. Yeah, I grew up listening to all that stuff. Let's see. Then I got into Brazilian music, I'm very bad with the names, but I know the, certain people. Shout out to a couple people, Brazil in general, I'm a big fan of Brazil in general. So, oh man, it's endless, it's endless. Prince, of course, I grew up listening to Prince. I've been listening to a record that I was fortunate enough to play the drums on. I recorded the live session and also the overdub stuff in the studio that we needed to make sure everything was tight for a gospel artist. His name is Uche Ago. I've done 2 of his records, and between him and a good friend of mine, Grisha Leps from Moscow, singer, amazing singer. I've done maybe 6 or 7 of his records. So those 2 right now are in the playlist, shuffling and randomness. So. Finding a time to practice. That would be the number one struggle. I wish I could just go back to those days, when I was a little kid and time didn't mean anything, I used to practice all day, literally. I didn't think about time. I woke up, I played drums, and it would be 1 a.m. My dad's like, okay, enough. Yeah, the neighbors are calling. Stop them playing this kid. I want to go to sleep. Standing in Studio A in Paisley Park for the listening party. We've recorded the record with Prince, and now we're just hanging out, having a glass of wine, and we're just chilling in the studio, and Prince is running around, and I don't really know everybody who's here, but they're somebody, right? That was probably one of the most memorable moments, to be standing there listening to the record and everybody's enjoying it before it's released, On stage, it's too many to list. It's too many to list. Ones that, let's see, maybe I could do a top 5. I think it was 2015, playing with Stevie Wonder in Canada at a festival, and it was like and 80,000 people there. You know, it was crazy. It was crazy. Lots of people. Let's see. Oh, playing, I was touring with Beck, the artist Beck, and we toured with U2, you know, so to be on stage, you know, U2 and Larry and Slash standing off to the side, and I'm just like, yo, this is crazy, you know. I'm like, I'm playing in front of U2, right, in front of these, and all stadium, you know. That's on the top of the list. One for me, because I often watch the videos a lot for sentimental value. I think it was 2017, Vinyl Drum Festival. That was very memorable for me. Oh, I was on tour with New Kids on the Block in Mexico. And the stage power was different, separate from front of house power, right? Stage power goes out. But the way it was set up, somehow they can still hear my drums or something like this. I'm trying to remember how it happened. All I know is that was the most stressful moment because the guys, 3 of their packs are gone. They're dancing and they're looking at me to keep the time. And I'm like, and I have to listen to the front of house speaker. I had to take my ear out and listen and literally play with the speaker. And I'm like, I have to drown out what's coming back, right? It's like, boom, boom. Don't listen to that one. Listen to this one, right? Oh my God. And the whole stage is looking at me until they figure this out. And we're live. It's just like, that was one of the worst. It's like, don't make a mistake. What's another one? I was doing a drum clinic, I think it was a festival, and I wasn't feeling good. I was sick coming over and flight was delayed, you know, all that drama. And then I was coming with a cold, like a flu, and I was aching. And I thought, you know what, let me go to the fitness, you know, to sweat, you know, try to sweat it out. But I had too much, right? So I'm feeling horrible. I'm on stage, and it's like, I did a track, a solo, and I was about to do the second track, and my hands cramped up. I couldn't play. I literally had to sit there and be like, I start telling jokes. Okay, I got a joke for you. Something like this, man. I was dying. I was like, oh my God, you know, somebody help me. So yeah, I've had a few bad moments. Yeah. Stay forward. Stay forward in your thinking. Stay forward in your approach. What I mean by forward is whatever you're working on, whatever you're striving to achieve, whatever goal you're trying to crush, it's gonna take the time it takes. Just stay forward, stay positive, stay forward. You gotta find a way to believe in yourself enough to make it happen. So that would be my advice. It's the concept of everything about me, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially. I'm focusing it and channeling it all to stay forward for my destiny. Nothing else is important but making sure that you have maximized the time you've been given. I practiced a lot, but there was some seasons of my life where I should have done more. You know, I wish I would have done more. I wish I would have said, be disciplined, more disciplined, you know. Don't go here today, okay, enough party. You know, go ahead and, you know, get the job done, crush the goal, work on that thing that is important, but you're not taking it serious, this type of thing. So I wish, as a couple moments in my life, I would go back and do not do that. Don't make that choice right there, And also, like, the women. There will be time for the women. Get your foundation, get your life, get your ish, get all your ish together first, and then do the girl thing. It's plenty of time for that. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. Stay forward. I think the most important quality is to understand your responsibility.
Yeah.
I think this is a huge quality for a drummer that understands his responsibility. I am the timekeeper.
We have a guest.
We have the guest. Dr. Simon Phillips. Come on, join in my interview.
How you doing, bro?
I'm good, bro.
You good? Yeah?
Everything's good?
Good.
Ladies and gentlemen, look, it's Simon. The Simon Phillips. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too. Yeah. You can carry on.
Thank you, Simon. But understanding your responsibility in the band. You are the bus driver, you are the timekeeper. And I always challenge my students, if you are the timekeeper, you are the bus driver, and you're responsible for everybody on this bus, but you're not at least using navigation. You have to be responsible, be responsible with everybody's time, Everybody's got time, but not to waste, right? So I think it's very important that, it's cool to have a bunch of colors, cool to have the chops. I mean, I love it. Shed, practice, work on everything. But at the end of the day, you have to serve the music. You have to serve the music. And if the music asks you to play one note, play it with all enthusiasm. If the music asks you to play 1,000,000 notes, play all of them with enthusiasm. At the end of the day, just be happy, because I feel to play drums and to do this professionally, I really count this as a blessing. It's something that I really feel it's a special thing, I'm a former correctional officer. I've had many jobs. I've been manager at McDonald's and manager at other fast food restaurants, and worked in the gas stations, the petrol, the fuel. I don't mind working a 9 to 5 if I have to work a 9 to 5. All respect to everybody who works 9 to 5. But to be able to just travel and play drums, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. My favorite groove is the one that puts the feet on the floor and gets the booty shaking. It's all about. That's the song right there. I try to just, get the blood flowing. I've learned over the years, wisdom is starting to kick in, not to burn out before I go to stage. But I just want to be fluid, I just want the blood to flow. So various things. I'll do my regiment with that, doubles, triples, to, loosen up and to stretch, do my stretches. So I am currently, when I get a chance to practice, I am working on rudiments that I don't play a lot. so that I don't have a favorite. Because what happens is we are humans and we are creatures of habits, yes?
Yeah.
If you do the same thing over and over, but expect different results, that's insanity. So I think to have a favorite, I know I'm stepping on some toes, to have a favorite can be very dangerous. When I listened to the Prince record, you know, Welcome to America that I did with him, when I listen to anything that I've recorded with any artist, you know, to listen back, it's like, I remember as a kid so many hours of listening to my, you know, heroes on the drum, you know, Dennis, and, you know, Tony, and, you know, whatever, right? Any of these guys. I spend so many hours listening, yeah? It makes me feel a certain way when I'm listening to something I played on. It's like, wow, this is, you know, I'm always critiquing myself, you know, like, I want to change this about my playing, or I tend to do this or that often. Let me change this. You know, I like to listen, I like to grow. Yes, many. You have to. Because this music business industry will kill you if you let it. Oh, stay away from the stress, man. Don't let people stress you out. I love to ride motorcycles. Yeah, BMW S1000 RR. I like jet skis. I like snowmobiles. I'm from Michigan, you know, Saginaw, Michigan, Detroit, Michigan. I love snowmobiles. I love to shoot pool, American pool.
Yeah.
I think maybe in Europe they call it snooker. I love to watch movies. I'm a movie person. I'm a foodie, so I'll travel to eat, you know. Sometimes if the schedule permits and the time permits, I'll fly to a different country just to have some good food.
Nice.
I like to cook, you know. I'm into a lot. Investing, I'm trying to dabble in real estate. We'll see how that goes. Trading. I used to be a gamer, you know, Sega Genesis, Sony PlayStation. And I just like chilling with my family. I'm a family man, you know, I love chilling with my family. This is horrible. Man, this is one thing I didn't do enough of. Was drawing when I was little. I was noodling with no purpose. Tons of minor symbols. Oh, nice. Oh my God. This is random. That's horrible. I'm hungry. And I'm also sleepy. And I just wanted to share that with you. This is my second time. And the first time was amazing. And I believe this one will be amazing. The crew is amazing. I spoke with the chief operator, the CEO. He's cool. The sound, everything is gonna be great. We're gonna have fun.